Chris Cooperage, and I'm a cooper. That means that I make barrels and tanks for the culinary and craft spirit industry. I've been a woodworker for 32 years, and about 5 years ago, a friend told me there was a barrel shortage. And I started to look into it and realized there was a barrel shortage because there wasn't any coopers. And the more I tried to find stuff online about how to make a barrel, I couldn't find anything. I bought a large collection of antique tools that a museum in Canada was deassessing. And I used those tools to tell me a story and how to use my 20th century woodworking machines to change them to do the same thing that these hand tools did. I make a 30-gallon oak barrel that's used for whiskey. The whiskey is added to the barrel and it matures in it for about 2 years, and it picks up a lot of the sugars and flavors from the oak. And I also make open top fermenters that people use as a vessel to ferment either vegetables or beans or kimchi or soy sauce.
Chopping staves at a famous brewery, he's a cooper, one of the men who make the barrels. Rough hewn, the staves are trimmed and hollowed out on one side, just as coopers have done since that ancient company was incorporated as a fraternity and guild forever over 400 years ago. Oak, strong and a poor conductor of heat, is the best barrel timber.
Barrels were a necessity through the 16th century all the way up to the 20th century. The ships that sailed across the Atlantic and needed barrels for food and water. The early colonial industries needed barrels to ship the goods in, whether it was whaling oil or cement or gunpowder, salted fish, salted meat, eggs, tobacco, cotton. Everything was shipped in barrels on boats. It's very rare to find a cooper these days. In the 19th century, there was a cooper for every 5 humans. In 1901, I think there were 91 million people in America, and there was also 93 barrels. There was a barrel for almost every person. It was a common trade, and as I said, all commerce was shipped in the barrel, and it was used extensively the same way we use cardboard now. So the process for one of our standard whiskey barrels is we start with the oak. This has been air dried for 2 years, and we mill what's called the stave. This is a barrel stave. We put that over a steaming fire and wet the wood. After about 45 minutes, it's ready to bend into the form that you've usually seen of a barrel. We then toast the barrel. We're toasting the sugars and the wood fiber, the cellulose, the hemicellulose. We then char the barrel. We turn the inside of the barrel completely black. That's why your whiskey is brown. Your vodka, your gin, your tequila is all clear because it's not aged in a barrel. We then have to roll steel rings. Each barrel has 6 steel rings or hoops. Those are rolled and riveted and placed on the barrel. We then make 2 heads. There's no real top or bottom. It's just 2 heads. They go into the barrel, and the rings are applied, and we test it to make sure that it's watertight. When I first started, I thought this was just going to be about whiskey barrels, but it's so much more. I feel honored to be keeping this lost trade alive.